Okay, good morning. So we're about 10 lines from the first column, and we said something, I guess what's called the chiddush, a novelty. The true ava and yira, true love and fear of Hashem, need to come down from above to below, and then you need to develop it. And we gave a mashal yesterday in the shir that if you really want to fear something and love someone, how will that articulate when they're in front of you, when you could see it? If you imagine it, it's not going to be a true level of fear and love. You have to actually see it. You see a person, there's no comparison to seeing a person and imagining a person. Love or fear. So too with Hashem, the true love and fear of Him is when He actually comes down and reveals Himself. When does that happen?
Tishrei.
Tishrei, very good. So it comes out that what? The avodah, the service that we're doing in Chodesh Elul is what? The service that we're doing, which we said before, we brought down from the Buddha Ram, the Shalom, many places say, Ani l'deidi v'deidi, that's the Rosh Tevis Elul. I am to my beloved to me. This service that we're trying now to come close to Hashem with love and daven better and is not real, genuine avanira, because the real stuff comes in Tishrei. So my question I asked yesterday is, what's the point? And why are we doing it? Why make such a preparation? I didn't answer it yesterday, but I'm saying if you guys could talk, don't worry. It doesn't have to be. I'm not a scary person,
year.
huh?
It's always the previous years.
Previous years, you want to keep developing and everything. That's a good answer. Very good.
To receive the new energy coming down next month.
It's coming down anyway.
But you want to prepare yourself to be ready to receive it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want you to add a little bit more to what you're saying. This is the answer. Why are we working so hard in the month of Elul, the 30 days before Tishrei, if the real love and fear is going to come later on? What's the purpose of what we're doing now? No? You understand? You probably know. Or Yonatan.
So what was the question?
Why are we working so hard in Elul to develop love and fear, if the real love and fear is something which comes down? We said before, the Alter Rebbe told us, that true love only can be developed. It's not made and it's not planted in the heart of the person. Rather, it's from a power from above, and that's V'deidili. And then we said, maybe 6 lines from the bottom, you need to first arouse the love and the fear through arousal from below. Shiba Elul. So I'm asking the world here, I'm asking this class, the people watching online, a question. Why do we need to work so hard in Elul if the true thing we just said comes in Tishrei? You're on the right track, yeah? You hear the question? Okay. I know you just started the first day.
Sorry. I was looking around.
No problem. Did you get the question?
Yes.
The real love and fear comes in Tishrei. Rosh Hashanah, that's real. Okay, so I'll give you the answer. What we're doing now, although it's not the true love and fear, and what you're saying is correct, we're still continuing from last year, but it's still, the main thing we're doing now is we're making vessels, we're making what we call in Hebrew, kalim. In other words, kali or kli. We're making kalim, vessels, so that when the real thing comes down in Rosh Hashanah, and Yom Kippur for fear, and Sukkot for love, it should be able to change us and last. Let me give you a mashal. I hope people here don't smoke, but maybe you know a friend who smokes. Okay. Anyone here ever see the way a cigarette lighter works? Okay. Say what happens?
Get down the street.
Huh?
Get down the street.
You have? Oh, you have a cigarette lighter?
Oh,
okay.
You get it?
If you want, you could, or if not, I can explain it. If it's not so far.
Of course. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we believe you. Don't worry.
So how does it work? We'll do a live demonstration. I'll start explaining, and you could start demonstrating also. So you have a little valve. And you have a little turning thing over here. See, we have one over here like this. Very good. This is not even planned. You have a little valve, and you push this button. And what happens when you push the button over here? A little spout opens up, and it's connected to the gas, whatever you want to call it, the lighter fluid. And this makes a spark. When I do this, all of a sudden, I have a fire. Okay? Little muscle I'm giving you. So what happens? The spark combine with the lighter fluid, and the connection makes that you have a fire. What would happen if I would go like this, and I would keep making a spark and a spark and a spark, and I wouldn't press down, or I wouldn't have any lighter fluid? Probably happened to people, they want to, smoke, and there's no lighter fluid left. So what happens? I have a spark, and I keep making a spark and a spark and a spark. And what happens? There's no fluid, or there's no opening. What happens to the spark? Who could answer? Goes away. Oh, very good, Yonasan. What do you prefer, Yonatan or Yonasan? Yonatan. Okay. Welcome, Ken. Thank you so much for joining us. One of our regular viewers. So, why does the spark go away? I'm asking, why does the spark go away?
Because there's not enough, fluid to light the
fire. There's nothing there to contain it.
Oh.
So now let's bring this mashal to the Maimer. Kalim do two things, right, in general in Chassidus. Number one, it says they're mamshich, they draw down. And number two, they contain. The avodah we're doing in Chodesh Elul, although it's not the true thing which comes in Tishrei, because that's the true. We said Ara has to come from above. That's true. It has to be in a way of tangibility and seeing, real. The avodah, the service we're doing in Chodesh Elul, is that you should be able to contain what comes down and keep it. You want to keep the love and the fear the whole entire year. You don't want it just to be a one-time thing. Or I'll give you another example. Mitzvah Shem, God willing, you're all going to be chasanim, you're going to get married, you're going to have a beautiful wife and children. One of the Yom Tovim, one of the mitzvahs we do, it's an obligation, it's a biblical obligation for the Torah. Just like you put on your tefillin, right? God willing, you put on tefillin, and you pesuk and you matzah. It's 3 times a year. Before Yom Tov, you're supposed to make your wife happy, and you're supposed to, there's a few ways to do it. You buy her jewelry, you buy dresses or something. Let's say you buy your wife jewelry. You buy her a nice bracelet. You buy her a stone, whatever it may be. Biblically, you have to do it. The amount you have to spend, again, that's everybody's circumstances. But to buy something, you have to do that. That's one of the mitzvahs from the Torah. 3 times a year. Erev Sukkos, Pesach, and Shavuos, or close to that, you're supposed to buy her something for Yom Tov. So let's say you went shopping and you found a beautiful stone or crystal, and you're going to make your wife very happy. Now you're a big exercise person. So Erev Pesach or Sukkos, you go for a jog, and you have this thing you put in your pocket, and you have a hole in your pocket. So you go for about an hour jog, and you come back, and what happened? Your crystal's not there anymore. This little ring you got her, this earrings, whatever it is. What happened? Where is it?
Somewhere along the way.
So what happened? If you have a vessel, but it's not a good vessel, it's not a one that works, that operates, you can have something very, very precious, like a stone. Or in this case, you could have a spark. But if there's nothing there to hold it down, although it was enjoyed temporarily, I had a crystal, it was beautiful. I had a spark, even though I didn't notice it maybe. But maybe if you light this and you see, even there's no lighter fluid, you're going to see temporarily a spark. You had it. There was a real spark. There was a real crystal. But what happened? It didn't last. It didn't. Because there was nothing to hold it down. What are those things we're talking about to hold it down? Kalim. Got that word? A new word for you. Kalim, vessels. Vessels will hold it down. So we're learning this maimer now to answer the question from yesterday, is because we want that when the potent energy, the great energy of Chodesh Tishrei is going to come down on Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, that everyone's inspired. A lot of people, I grew up in a shul, and it wasn't an observant shul. And there may be like about 150 who came every week on Shabbos. They drove to shul, and women rabbis, and lady, and microphones, and all things that American modern Jewry does. You grew up like that also?
No.
Okay, you heard of
Modern
it.
inventions.
Modern inventions, huh? You grew up like that also?
This is my first synagogue as well.
Yeah, okay. So I would say when Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur came in my shul, there were like 1,500, 2,000 people.
You sit.
Absolutely.
Reform?
We had to rent a church.
Yeah. Oh, see, the same thing. Zach knows what I'm talking about.
Gee.
They-
Chabad got that much people. I'm sure he give
You had about 150 a week, and you had like all of a sudden another like 10 times at least. They filled up the whole sanctuary. Then there was a gym downstairs that got filled up. There was a minyan down there. Then there was a parallel minyan, and then there was an auditorium upstairs. That was the big one. That was like where the simcha halls were filled and filled and filled, and people start coming. So what's the reason? Because there's a potent energy which is revealed during that time, and it makes it. You ask it, why are you coming? I'm not sure. You come. You're learning our Maimer. You understand why. This beginning of Malchus, Hashem's kingdomship is being revealed. And even in Elul, right, you start getting ready for it because you buy your tickets because something big is happening. And when it comes, and since you did it last year, it's a part of you, it's ingrained.
Reminds me, there's no such thing as an atheist Christian or atheist Muslim. But there's such thing as an atheist Jew.
Yeah.
You know what the proof is?
What's
Ask the guy coming out of church, do you believe in God? He's like, what do you think I was in church for 6 hours? Ask the Muslim coming out of church, are you atheist? Do you believe in God? He's like, what do you think I was in the mosque for? Bowing down all this stuff. Ask him coming out of Yom Kippur services for Yistor. You believe in God? You crazy? Of course not. Why would just synagogue? I don't know. You can't go to synagogue and get.
So what we're learning is that the reason why he comes to shul is because something's revealed. He may not understand it fully. Maybe he didn't learn. It's a Tinich Nishma, but something's there. The reason why we're learning Chassidus, as we said before in the introductory shit, we want to tell you what's going on. We want you to appreciate it. And we want you to make a vessel. We want you to internalize it. We want it to change you. And we want the true love and fear of Hashem should last the entire year. And that's the service of Elul. So I'll buy it that it's not real. It's not like we're getting in Rosh Hashanah. The job now is to make a vessel that it should last. Okay, that's the answer to yesterday's class. So really, we could really end the Maimer right now. We just said, An l'deidi v'deidi li. And it said that I'm to my beloved, and my beloved is to me. The first half, the 30 days, is Yisirusha Tata, like the Zohar says, from below to above. And Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur is v'deidi li, from above to below. Why not end the Maimer here? We said everything, right? It sounds like a very nice concept. I'll practice, I'll make vessels, I'll do it, and then when it really comes, I'll internalize. Sorry about that.
Well, what about, it says the Dudley is also part of Elul.
So it's explained, the Rebbe has a beer on that it's because it goes one after each other. We want to show that they're connected to each other. In other words, the whole point of the preparation is to get the V'deidili together. But we're going to bring now from the Arizal over here, a very interesting thing that Alter Rebbe is going to elaborate on, about 5 letters from the bottom of the page. It says, V'hine neder shebe'elul huzman his galus yud gimel mirzarachim. It's known that in Elul, that's the time of the revelation of the 13 attributes of mercy. Ulahavin zeh. So the first thing we have to understand is, Ki lam mehem yemei shechayil. Why are they days of profane? Ve'inam yom tovim. That's the Alter Rebbe's first question. We'll answer this, God willing. Kemesh shabasav yom tovim. And b'yom tov. Why are the days of Elul, the 30 days of Elul, why are they profane, mundane days? Shebehem yizgalus elokusi b'chinas ha'ar elokusi yisbarach. Then and them, referring to Shabbos and Yom Tovim, it's revealed Hashem's great light. Ubefrat, specifically to make the question stronger. Be'ez zman yugimum midas. We're talking about the time of the 13 attributes. Shema aras al yenes meya. They're very, very high. What are the Yugim Mizrachim? When are they revealed, says the Alter Rebbe? Vehem Mizgalim. Yom Kippurim. They are revealed in Yom Kippurim. And the Alter Rebbe concludes, there's certainly a big difference between Yom Kippurim and Elul. There's certainly a very big difference between the revelation getting Yom Kippur and Elul. So what did the Alter Rebbe just say? We spoke yesterday, whenever you have a festival, Pesach, Sukkot, right? It's a repeat revelation of something which was destined from the days of creation to be holy, and it changed the world, right? And therefore, every single year when that Chag, that festival comes, that revelation repeats itself. So Pesach was ordained to be holy. It revealed itself in this world 3,300 years ago and change to be a holy day. And every single year when Pesach comes, it's holy again. And godliness comes down. And like you said, I think 2 shirim ago, it comes down even in a higher way than it did the year before. So therefore, in order not to be distracted from this revelation, what do you do on a Yom Tov? You don't do malacha. Right? Now, on a Yom Tov, you don't do malacha, but you're still allowed to do certain things. You're still allowed to cook. There's other things, leniencies with Yom Tov. Shabbos is even higher. Every single week when Shabbos comes, that's when Hashem initially rested. I heard some people discussing what does it mean that Hashem rested? How did the world exist? Oh, how you doing? How does the world exist? If Hashem constantly creates the world, and how does he? People were giving orders on that. But nevertheless, concerning Shabbos, it's even higher level of revelation than Yom Tov, and therefore we don't even do cooking. We don't even do. And then Yom Kippur is even higher than that. Shabbos, there's certain things you're allowed to do, but then you have the 5 Inuim, the 5 afflictions of Yom Kippur. You're not even allowed to do that. You can't, leather and smearing and eating. Yeah, it's such a high level that you don't even do that. So why? Because on Yom Kippur you're getting what's called the Yud Gimel Midas Arachim, the 13 attributes of mercy. We're going to explain that in the coming shirim. So the question is, we're going to leave off with is, if you're getting such a high level of revelation every single day of Chodesh Elul, why don't we shut work for 30 days? We just said before that whenever a high level of revelation comes, you're not supposed to do work. Work would be a contradiction. It would distract you from internalizing the revelation.
How would you survive?
Right? Why? We could do it.
Yeah, cold food every day.
Right? So we're already taking off Tishrei.
No, I'm saying you're going to cook food for 30 days straight?
Why not? Huh?
Those days, let's say in those days, those days are going to have refrigerators, freezers.
Why not do something special?
You want to have a preserver for 30 days.
It's like a magic cup, like a hot plate, in those times, use like the Kabbalah magic, just get hot.
You're allowed to cook in Yom Tov. It's not an issue.
Oh, you're saying it'll be equivalent to Yom Tov.
You know what? There's a few ways to learn the question. Should it be make it Chalamoyed? You could technically learn it, although it wouldn't make sense. A person wouldn't be able to survive. But wait, Yom Kippur is Yud Gimel Rachamim. I fast. Maybe we should fast for 30 days. I don't know.
No, it's not the same level.
That's the Alter Rebbe's conclusion. In our next year, we're going to explain why it's a different level. What's the difference? The Alter Rebbe concluded with a statement. There's a difference between Yud Gimel Mizrachamim, the 13 attributes of mercy, as they are revealed in Yom Kippur, which clean our slates. You know what they do? He evokes this higher level. We're going to learn about more what that is. Higher than what we call Seder Shtalshus. I'm saying every day by Tachnun time, Hashem, Kel Rachum V'Chamim. Right after Havaya's name, Kel is the first one. And that is so high that it totally wipes away every mistake, iniquity that a person could have done the whole year. That's evoked once a year. Now we're saying, you know what? It really comes down for 30 days in a row. So the question is, if that level comes down for 30 days in a row in Chodesh Elul, why aren't we doing anything? Okay. Fasting, fine, maybe don't fasting. I heard you say Chalamoyed, something. Why are we just, people are going to work and they're doing business and they're on their phones, and why don't we, if the whole thing of a Yom Tov and Shabbos, we're supposed to not do malacha, to concentrate on it, why aren't we reducing a little bit less and focusing on internalizing this light? So to answer this question, we're going to have to answer in the future classes, what is the difference between the way Yud Gimel Rachamim comes in Yom Kippur and what is the way the Yud Gimel Rachamim come in Chodesh Elul? To answer that question, we're going to give the famous mashal, the famous parable, which many of you have learned your whole lives, or at least have heard it in a Chabad house. The king is in the field. That mashal will answer the question of why we're able to work and do profane and mundane things in Chodesh Elul, and why it's not a contradiction, and why actually we should, and what's the whole purpose. We're going to get into all that, God willing, in the future classes. Have a wonderful davening.
Yeshiva Torah Ohr of North Miami Beach.